Today, I wanted to talk about why I personally am seeking financial independence and why, if you haven't found financial independence yet, why you may want to consider moving that direction as well. Let's get into it. If you don't know me, I'm Spencer, and I like to talk about simple living, frugality, and how to distance yourself a little bit in this technological world that we're living in. So quickly, what is financial independence? Just to start it off, I pulled up the Wikipedia page for you so I could give you a proper definition. Financial independence is a state where an individual or household has accumulated sufficient financial resources to cover its living expenses without having to depend on active employment or work to earn money in order to maintain its current lifestyle. So you might have heard of FIRE, the FIRE movement, which is financial independence, retire early. It's a movement of people trying to save a certain amount of money, usually approximately 25 times their yearly expenses and investments. And then they're able to live off the dividends created from that investments year over year while it still slowly grows and is able to outpace inflation. Now, financial independence is something which is touted to be available to really anybody at any income level. You can achieve it in various ways. People sometimes will invest in index funds, some people will buy property. Ultimately, you just need to find a way to have a sufficient amount of savings that you don't need to work actively to continue to replenish that fund. The FIRE movement is not a one-size-fits-all. It's made for various income levels, and it has various forms of, what kind of FIRE you end up choosing, whether it's lean FIRE or fat FIRE or barista FIRE or classic FIRE. And if you don't know what that is, I'm not going to get into all of those today, but it's basically lean FIRE is living minimally basically and able to live on a little bit less than the average FIRE number would be, financial independence number. Fat FIRE would be to have a little bit of extra money saved just in case you want to live a little bit more lavishly than the average person does. Barista FIRE is where you try to retire as early as possible and you basically have so much saved that you're able to work a very easy kind of 2-day-a-week type job just to work enough that you're able to get some benefits from working part-time, but then you're able to cover most of your expenses with the investment income that you already have saved. So what number you need to become financially independent really varies depending on your lifestyle and what your annual expenses end up being. If you live as a minimalist, you try to be extremely frugal, you're going to have a lower number required for financial independence than somebody who lives a little bit more lavishly. In broad strokes, the reason why I'm seeking financial independence is freedom. I want freedom from a lot of different things, but freedom is the one word that can really sum up why you may seek FIRE. So outside of freedom, one of the main reasons why I want to seek financial independence is so I don't have to be bound to a specific location for work. I work in the film industry, and though I like it for a lot of reasons because I get to do something relatively creative and I'm also not bound to a typical 9-to-5 schedule, I am bound to living in a city if I want to find regular work. At some point, I want to buy rural land north of here and I want to set up some sort of off-the-grid homestead. And in doing that, I'm definitely not going to be able to come down here and work as readily. And to have financial independence and to know that my expenses will be covered will make that a lot easier when I find that I'm at that stage. So another reason why I'm interested in financial independence is that it'll give me a little bit more time to spend with my friends and family. When I'm working, I'm gone. I am often on the road and I'm not home whatsoever. So it's pretty hard for me to actually set up doing anything with my friends. And for my family, it's the same situation, especially because most of them don't even live in town. Over my life, when I've had friends or family who have passed away, it's made me think about wanting to spend more time with that person, and I wish I could have done it differently. You really don't have a lot of time to focus on the living when you're focusing on getting a living, and that's a problem for me. So I'd like to spend more of my time with the people that I love and not just acquiring my living. Now, obviously, this is going to require things like frugality, cutting back in certain respects, and living a little bit more minimalistically. But I'm okay with that. Working in the film industry, people work a lot of hours. Our hours are a lot longer than the average 9-to-5. We typically work more like 5 to 9. Some of the days are that long. And a lot of people in the film industry, they work tough hours and it's hard on their family life. Right now, it's just me and my girlfriend, but at some point, if I have a child, I want to make sure that I can be the best father that I can be and have enough time that I can spend with my child, that I get to see them grow up and be there for all the big moments and not focused on my job, mentally clocked out, even if I am physically there. So even if I don't reach full financial independence by that time, I'd at least like to have a certain amount of money in the bank that I have the peace of mind that I don't feel the pull of work to take me away from big family moments that I need to go earn money. I'd like to choose my friends and family over work every time. Another reason why I'm interested in financial independence is that I want a little bit more time to get to know myself, to get to know who I am and what I'm interested in. Now, I know this is the case for a lot of people, that we really wrap our identities up in our jobs, but we're so much more than that. And there's so many other things that you're interested in doing that you just don't really have a lot of time to attend to because you're busy working. Now, I'm certain that when I reach whatever financial independence is for me, that I'm not going to actually stop working, but I'm going to stop pursuing things that I don't necessarily want to do for work. I can focus on things that I like, and there's not going to be that strain that I need to go and make money in the meantime. Another reason why I'm interested in financial independence is something that I become more and more concerned about in the last 4 years or so, and that is having the money in the bank so I'm better able to weather hard times. When hard times come, I want to be able to make sure that I can handle it as best as I can. As I said, this is much more of a consideration for me in the last few years, but it's something that we just never know what's on the horizon. There could be a big recession on the horizon. There could be some sort of sickness that requires a lockdown or something like that. Something where our jobs might be at stake. The reality is, guys, is that we never really know what's coming down the line. So if we have financial independence, at least if we have money in the bank that we know that a certain level of our expenses are met, then we're going to be best equipped to weather whatever storms come our way. Another reason why I'm recently more interested in financial independence than before is the changing landscape of the job market due to AI, especially as a contract worker. Now, the rise of AI has become a huge conversation in the last year, and it is already something that we've seen affect our industry as film workers. In fact, a big part of the writer's strike was actually the writers trying to ensure that their jobs would be protected to a degree. The companies wouldn't be able to hire something like ChatGPT in order to fire having multiple people on a writing team. And I think attacks on our job security coming from AI software is going to be more and more of a concern. And I personally have no idea what's in store. I don't have a crystal ball tucked around in this room somewhere. And I just want to make sure that when whatever happens, I know that I have a little bit of money to just know that I can handle myself for a while if I end up losing a job, if jobs start to disappear, whatever it is. And finally, the last reason why I'm really interested in seeking and hopefully achieving financial independence eventually is to focus more on the things that I'm really excited about doing. I'm a musician, I play guitar and I sing, and I like to play shows and perform as well. And I'd like to have more time to focus on things like that. And you guys also know that I love to make videos for YouTube. I have so much fun doing this, and this doesn't pay me. This isn't a job of mine by any stretch, but it's a fun thing for me to do. If I knew that my bills were covered to a degree, I'd be able to focus a lot more time and attention on things like this, things that I really like to do. So thanks very much for watching, guys. Just a quick video on why I'm interested in seeking financial independence and why you may be interested also. I appreciate you sticking around if you did, and I'll see you in the next video.